this thing.
Sure, yeah. Healthcare, I think, is one of our biggest challenges for the job seekers right now. We are partners with Department of Human Services, with DHS. Individuals who file for benefits through DHS will often be referred to participate in the Jobs Education and Training, or the JET program, through Michigan Works, and oftentimes have to participate at Michigan Works a certain number of hours per week, 30, 40 hours per week, in order to maintain those benefits through DHS. So it's very important that if folks are referred to participate in the JET program, that they participate so they can keep those benefits, whether it's cash assistance or Medicaid or food stamps or the variety of services that are available. But we really try to educate the job seekers with some of the benefits that are out there. Under the new American Reinvestment and Recovery Act, there's the reimbursement for the COBRA, and making sure that we share that information with folks coming in. And under the Trade Adjustment Assistance Program, there's a health coverage tax credit, which helps offset some of their costs for health care coverage. So there are some programs out there that we do try to provide resources and materials to individuals coming in. But unfortunately, a lot of times when people come in, it's 2 days after they've been notified, 2 days after they've been walked out the door, and they're numb, they're in shock, they're not sure what this whole Michigan Works unemployment process is.
Yeah.
We see them that one time to be compliant and registering for work, and they've done what they need to do, and then they don't come back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these other great resources and materials that they may not know about in their defense, because when they were there, they were just doing what they needed to do to be compliant.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's a difficult time for those folks. And we share the information, but I think it's because it's such a challenging time, they may not hear all of the great things that are out there.
And by the way, for our audience, all those acronyms that's the stimulus money that people talk about.
Yeah, the ARRA, or stimulus as it's
Right.
commonly known.
Which, by the way, runs out in the first quarter of 2011.
Yes.
And that means we've got to be careful. We don't think we're going to just keep getting that money forever, and that's one of my issues and problems. I'm on the group that's looking how to not have this huge cliff when the money stops.
Absolutely.
Because that will be a big problem.
Absolutely. And the centers, we've been fortunate to have some of that money allocated, and as a result have made significant attempts to respond by adding space, adding staff, adding office hours, adding access to the program. So as you said, it's not going to be here forever.
No.
And that will be a challenge if things continue to stay on this path. But we are hoping to be responsive as we can right now.
Okay, let's talk about the person that came in, did his duty, or she did her duty, and then you don't hear from them again. Now, you also have outreach, don't you?
Absolutely. There's a lot of efforts made by the staff. We will go out to local libraries and do presentations to unemployed workers. In addition, companies who have filed a WARN notice, which maybe it's a facility closure or a mass layoff, they will file a notification with the state of Michigan called a WARN notice.
WARN,
WARN, W-A-R-N, and it stands for, you love the acronyms, don't you? A worker adjustment, oh gosh, I don't even want to attempt it, readjustment notification. I know, I killed it. But anyways, what it does is, if a company files a WARN notice, it goes to the state of Michigan, to our rapid response unit, and they will get in contact with the company, and we respond as quickly as possible to sit down with company officials or union officials and say, what can we do to help these workers?
Okay, so this is an alert that bad news is coming for their employees, and you want to get there as quick as you can.
Absolutely.
That's
so,
a good thing.
Yep. So the state, Michigan Works, and Unemployment Insurance Agency will come down, meet with the company, and say, what can we do? And most of the time, it will result in meetings with the workforce to let them know about the services that Michigan Works has to offer, to educate them how to file for unemployment benefits, to tell them about the No Worker Left Behind program or the Trade Adjustment Assistance program, and really get that information out to them as quickly as possible. It helps them calm the fears of not knowing, how do I get through this whole system? How do I get through this process? If we can get to them before they're laid off, before they're walked out the door, before they lose a job, terminated, whatever, it just makes that transition so much easier for them. So we do a lot of outreach. Unfortunately, we're very busy with that these days.
Now, you also get involved with job fairs and that kind of stuff, again, to sort of reach out and let people know you're there and get employers and employee hopefuls together.
Absolutely, yeah. We've worked with United Way on their job fair for the past several years. Also, Automation Alley held job fairs, and we were very active in those. The Troy Chamber of Commerce, and we've also sponsored a lot of hiring events just specifically for one company where they may need 100 people or 200 people. So we've definitely seen a decline lately in the whole job fair concept, not only just because of the economy, but also with technology. We've seen more virtual job fairs surfacing. So I think the times of the job fairs have changed.
Well, there's a lot of disappointment when people go to a job fair because the jobs don't match the crowd that shows up.
Absolutely. And you may have 2 representatives from a company in a line of 500 job seekers. I know BAE Systems had a job fair at the Troy Marriott earlier this year, and they had several thousand. I'm not sure, but I heard 15,000 job seekers.
I remember.
And unfortunately, they had to shut it down because of the response. But they filled those positions, from what I hear, and had a great response. We've got a lot of talent, but the supply and demand just aren't matching up right now. But we've been active also with opportunity fairs with Ford Motor Company for their Wixom plant. We went in and hosted an opportunity fair for those workers to help educate them about what types of jobs were out there and what types of educational opportunities were out there as well. So,
well, listen, Jennifer, we're running out of time.
Okay.
But I want to tell you, the empathy that you show, the way you're approaching this job, we're very lucky in Michigan that there are folks like you out there, and I'm just awed.
Well, thank you.
And everybody needs to thank you for what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
Because you're doing a great job. And I got a good education here. I'm sure our audience did too. And I wish you every success, and you just let me know any way I can help.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you and your support and our ability to help the job seekers. That's what we're there to do.
And you're doing great. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thanks for your time.
Mm-hmm.